Hello my fellow soulmates, welcome back to my channel. This is Soul with Pivot. So today we'll be learning how to make those beautiful western shirt dress for a girl of 8 to 9 years old. To make this, I used 1 yard of this plain fabric, then I used half yard of the black fabric. So here we go. I folded my fabric into 4 pieces. Now making sure that my front bodies is 2 inches wider than the back bodies, because it's a shirt dress we are making. The gown length I'm working with is 35 inches, but I'm going to be subtracting 3 inches, because of that frills we are going to add. So I'm working with 32 inches, and this is what we have here, 32 inches. So we add half inch for our seam and our joining allowance. So I'll go ahead and take my shoulder measurement, which is 13 inches divided by 2 is 6.5 inches. So I'll take away half inches. So what I'll be marking here is 6 inches. The next thing I'm going to do after that is to get my shoulder slope of half inch. So I'll mark it out. Then from that shoulder slope, I'll take my armhole measurement, which is 6.5 inches. So I'll mark it out, then I'll connect it like this. Next, I will take my neck width measurement, which I'm working with 2.5 inches here because it's a child. So for an adult, you can use 3 inches. Then for the back neck depth, I use just half inches. You can go ahead and use 1 inch, is okay. Then for the front neck depth, I use 2.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect it this way. My chest measurement is 30 divided by 4, 7.5, then plus 1 inch is allowance, then plus 1 inch sewing allowance, that's plus 2 inches. 7.5 plus 2 inches, 9.5 inch. So I marked it there, then I connected my armhole and my shoulder slope. Then I'll take my shoulder to hips measurement, which is 18 inches. Then I marked it. Then on that line, I'll place my hips measurement, which is 32 divided by 4, which is 8.5 inches, plus 2 inches, 10.5 inches. So I'll mark it out here. Then I'll also take the same measurement, that's the same 10.5 inches. I'll mark it at the bottom, at the hem, then connect a straight line like this. So I'll connect it up to our chest region. To work on the hemline, we are going to take away 5 inches from this point. You can see it. I took 5 inches away. So I'll mark it out. Then on this other part, I got the midpoint, which is 5 inches. So I'll just connect it to form a curve. Then I'll go ahead and cut. So I'll go ahead to place my back bodies, then my front bodies on it. I will arrange it, then I'll join it at the shoulder. So I will sew the shoulder part. Then I'll also go ahead to finish up the armhole with a bias strip. So this is what we have. Then I'll go ahead and join my sides. So I'll sew on 1 inch allowance. So this is what we have. Now for this my front flap for the button, I went ahead to iron paper stay on it to give it structure. I ironed it like this. Is 2 inches the width of the paper stay, so I ironed it. Then I folded it by 1/4 inch. Then I folded it again into 2 to meet the 2 inches. So I'll go ahead and sew on it. For the frills we're going to be using at the bottom of the dress, the width is about 3 inches plus 1 inch allowance, that's 4 inches. While for the length I measured 6 inches into 2, that's 120 inches. Now back to the main bodies. This is what we have. So this is the bottom part of the dress. So you can decide to pleat or gather this on top of it, but meanwhile before you do so, fold it in by 1/2 inch and sew. You fold the 2 edges in and sew. Then you decide to either pleat or gather. I went ahead to create gathers. So this is what we have. So I will make sure that the length of the gathers matches with what I have at the bottom part. Then I'll go ahead and place it like this. Then I will sew it. So this is it after sewing. You can go ahead and fold the hem or you weave it. I used English weaving. Next is the collar. So we folded our fabric into 2 like this. Then we went ahead to measure, and what we have is 8.5 inches. Then for the collar piece, I got a straight fabric which measures about 19 inches in length and then 6 inches in width. So I'll go ahead to fold it into 4. This is 1, then you fold again. So we are having 4 folds. So on the bottom part, that's this open part, we're going to measure our 8.5 inches. Then I added 1/4 inches for sewing allowance. So we'll mark it out. So on the upper part, we'll be left with 9 inches. So we'll just connect it like in a slanted form. So I'll go ahead and cut it off. Then I'll also trim the excess if any. Now to confirm the length, what we have here is 3 inches on fold. So I'll open it up like this. You can decide to iron paper stay on it to give it structure, which is what I did. This is it. So I also used iron to fold this in by 1/2 inch just on one side. So and this is what we have. So we'll fold it this way and we sew the two. You can see what we have when you open it up. This is what we have. So I'll fold it in, then I'll just sew it like this. You sew on 1/4 inch on the both side. Here you sew 1/4 inch, here you sew. So after sewing, we're going to turn it out like this and then give it a good press. Then we'll place it on our main bodice from the inside. We'll place it like this and then we go ahead and sew. So this is what we have after sewing. This is what it looks like. So we'll close up this other side. You can see it's now easier because we already ironed it before. So we'll just sew it up. Now this is what our dress is looking like. This is what our collar looks like. Like this is just a one-piece collar. So I'll go ahead to fix in my buttons and then create my button holes. I'll just mark the points. So next is to the belt. Now for the belt, I marked out 27 inches for the length. Then for the width, I marked out about 6 inches. I also went ahead to get like 4 pieces of straps. The length is 8 inches while the width is 2 inches, and I have 4 pieces of this. So I'm going to fold it. You either fold it like this into two and sew it up, or you fold it like this, half half, then into two, then you sew it up. And this was what I did anyway. So we're going to bring it in and place it on the longer belt of 27 inches we marked before. Then we fold it into two like this. You're going to push it up so that you have allowance to sew. And you fold it like this. Then we sew from here then to this other point. So you can give a space somewhere at the middle for easy turning. So also place the remaining 2 straps here and sew. So this is what we have. I left a hole at the middle, so we're going to turn it out from that center point. Then after turning it out from that center point, you go ahead and sew it, or you use your hemming gum to iron it out. So this is what we have for the belt. You fold in this edge or you weave it. And this is our dress. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.